So we're gonna talk about 3 secrets, right? Secret number 1 is how to build a perfect credit profile. Secret number 2 is how to delete any negative item using consumer laws. A lot of y'all hear me spitting these consumer laws. We're gonna break it down tonight. Secret number 3, how to collect 100K in 90 days, but more importantly, use it responsibly. We got to talk about it. Your FICO score is composed of 5 different data points. The biggest component is payment history, 35%. 35% is over a third. So what does that mean? If you have one late payment, your credit score damn near cooked. So these are some tools I want you to be aware of. Like I said, we have a lot of information, so I'm not going to go over every consumer law in the world, but there will be an opportunity at the end to have more handholding. So your tools, I want you to be aware of. Let's get it. How to collect 100K in 90 days responsibly without blowing the bag. People are still coming in. Let me let them in. Let me let these people in real quick. We got some late people coming in. Shout out to all of y'all that came on time. Shout out to those y'all that came early. So housekeeping rules. Y'all are in my house tonight, so we're going to have some rules with it. Number 1, make sure you watch this experience on a laptop or desktop. If you're on your phone right now, don't let me know. You don't got to switch. It's all good. We just like that you watch it on a laptop or a desktop so you can get the best experience. Number 2, pay attention. But most importantly, participate. We underlined it for a reason. Participate, participate, participate. So that whole thing of telling y'all to drop ones, that was me testing if y'all was going to participate. Anyone that follows me, knows about me, watches me or anything, y'all know that I like people that take action. So I need action takers tonight. So I need y'all to take action tonight, and y'all going to get the best out of this presentation. And then last thing too, just give me at least 90 minutes of your time. I appreciate y'all showing out tonight, and just take action and everything going to be good. All right, I just want to know where y'all tapping in from. Every time I do the presentation, I want to know who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you're from Virginia, if you're from California, Houston, all that. Let me know. See some Missouri. I see VA, Atlanta, SD, MD. Okay, we see Cali in the building, Virginia in the building, Dallas, St. Louis. Oh, there's a lot of people in the waiting room. That's my bad. We met them all. Okay, we see St. Louis. We see Cali. A lot of Cali representation tonight. Alabama. Some people from New York, they've been having beef. I've been shouting out Houston a lot, so I don't see too much in New York tonight. We see Cali, we see South Carolina, all over. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. We got Georgia in the building. We got a lot of Cali, South Carolina, St. Louis, Virginia, Florida. Okay. We tune in from all over. Okay, we tune in from all over. I like that. I like that. All right, so just FYI, I encourage you, take pictures of your notes and tag me on IG. It might help you later on. It might not help you later on. But I say that to say it might help you later on. Before we move forward too. So some people have been telling me about fake pages on IG pretending to be me, DMing people, trying to get their money, that kind of thing. DMing, oh, hey, sweetie. DMing, hey, this, that, and the third. I need y'all to realize I only have one page. I'm not going to DM you because it doesn't make sense for me to DM you when people are trying to get our services. So make sure if you look at Instagram, look at one page. Don't get scammed by these scam pages. They're using my name to try and scam you. It's only one Michael Benjamin, only one me. Don't get scammed. All right, stay until the end. I need y'all to stay until the end because we're going to give y'all the sauce. So I need to know, if I commit to teaching y'all the game, are y'all going to take action? Y'all know I like people that take action. So drop a 1 in the chat if you're committed. I need you to drop a 1 in the chat if you're committed to taking action. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're committed to taking action. We got some ones going crazy. I told you I done did this presentation a number of times, and people be participating like crazy. So I really need y'all to, take it to level 20. The highest level I've seen is probably like a level 18 or something. I need y'all to go to 30,000 even if you can. Let's get it. Okay, I like that once. All right, so you already have a test. Since y'all say y'all gonna take action, we're gonna see if y'all capping or if y'all really about it. So I need you right now, go make a post on your social media. It could be Facebook, whatever. Say, I've been learning a lot about credit and I'm looking to help people fix their credit. Comment below or message me for details. I'm going to give y'all the sauce on how to, delete these items and structure credit reports tonight. So don't worry about the ability. If you're scared to make the post, you can literally blame me. You can say, oh, my mentor told me to make the post. So I'm going to put like a minute on the clock and then, go ahead and make that post. Screenshot it right now if you can't make it, and then, do it later or something. But I'm going to put a minute on the clock. Just get y'all situated, a little warm up in terms of taking action. I need y'all to take action. I need y'all to take action. So go ahead and make that. I'm gonna give y'all like 30 more seconds. Go ahead and make that post. I know we got some people that type slower than others. We got some people that's quick. So let's get it. 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 Virginia, y'all made the post. Missouri, y'all made the post. Cali, I know we got a lot of Cali. Y'all made the post. Florida, what we doing? What we talking about, Florida? What we talking about, Georgia, South Carolina? What we talking about? Alabama, what we talking about? Indianapolis, what we talking about tonight? Colorado, what we talking about tonight? I'm gonna cut it off right there. We got a lot to go through. So this is what can happen. Speaking of Alabama, so a previous attendee, he basically said, let me let someone in. He said, "Hey, Michael, I have some good, bad news. I have people responding to the post you got us make on fixing credit." So he took action. I know nothing about it, and now people are looking for some help. So he came to the webinar. He had the notes. I told him, "You got some money and impact to make." So this is probably a couple weeks ago that he came, and now he already has like 5 to 6 clients that he's helping just based off of coming to a free webinar. So you see what happens when you take action. You see what happens when you follow my instructions. So y'all keep me posted on how that post goes for you. So our objective, because obviously we have to have an objective. Number one, we're going to discuss how to build a perfect credit profile, perfect in the eyes of the lender. So y'all can get all the best approvals and, really get yourself to the next level. Number two, we're going to establish how to delete any negative item on your credit. A lot of y'all watch me online on social media. You hear me saying 15 USC this, 15 USC that. We're going to get into it. I know y'all like that. So we're going to give y'all the laws and all that. And if you stay to the end, maybe I got some secret information I don't usually give. So stay until the end. And then number three, we're going to help you collect 100K in credit and understand how to use it responsibly. What I've noticed just over the years as I've been in the credit space, we'll fix someone's credit, we'll get them the bag, and then sometimes they blow the bag. So that's kind of why this webinar has started, so we can help y'all use it responsibly. This can possibly be the single night that changes your life forever. I ain't even trying to be dramatic. So I got this DM. I get DMs like this all the time. He said, "Bro, I've been searching and listening to podcast after podcast, reading different articles on the internet for the past 2 months. 2 months, that's 60 days. Every day looking for new information on trying to fix my credit. I listened to one of your episodes." He's talking about my podcast for the first time. And in that one episode, I've learned more in-depth information I've had over the past 2 months. He basically said the past 60 days of what he researched was useless compared to the podcast. So I need y'all to understand, don't sleep on information. It's a free training. My podcast is free, but don't sleep on free. We're going to give y'all the best information in the world. Let's get it. So who is this class for? Because we got to establish that. People who desire to impact the world. If you're trying to impact the world, you're trying to, help those around you, this class is for you. People who are committed to taking action. Told y'all, I like people that take action. If you take action, this class is for you. People who are ready to invest in themselves. I've been on record saying that if you say like you're broke around me, I can't converse with you because I want to protect my subconscious mind. So if you have that mindset that you're ready to invest, this class is for you. People who see more for themselves besides just a 9-to-5 job. I worked a 9-to-5 job. We're going to talk about it. But I was able to retire my 9-to-5 job based off of the information I'm going to give y'all tonight. So that's who the class is for. Who is the class not for though? People who are selfish with information. So if you hopping on a webinar tonight, you're like, okay, I'm getting all this information from Michael. I know about credit. I know about this, 15 USC that, but you don't want to share it with nobody. You don't want to impact nobody. You got to understand, we all have our deadline. We're not going to be here 100 years from now. No one's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So we got to realize like you got to leave something for people. So share the information. People who are not committed to taking action. I don't like being around people that don't take action. People who have a cheap mindset. If everything is free, it's not for you. People who only want to have one stream of income. We got to have multiple streams of income. The recession is crazy. So I need y'all to really understand that's what it is. All right, let's talk about back then. So back in the day, I graduated with a chemical engineering degree. I went to UC San Diego, for people that know about San Diego. And then I worked as a chemical engineer for years. It's taken on multiple failed side hustles. I started my first LLC called Golden One Dream in 2018. I was basically writing blogs, and I eventually published a book. I self-published a book in 2019, and I was doing speaking engagements. At the same time, I'm investing thousands upon thousands of dollars into my personal development, different courses, different trainings, and all of that. Fast forward now, years later, I invested specifically $3,500 into a specific mentor that led me to learn about credit, consumer laws, all the stuff y'all hear me talking about. And then I was eventually able to start Consumer Ammunition Tactics in 2021. I was able to build a profitable credit business, and I was able to retire my 6-figure 9-to-5 job, chemical engineering, in June of last year. Now I'm educating y'all to do the same. If you want to leave the job, if you don't want to leave the job, but no, it's not overnight. I had a plan. I was able to execute it. I made it possible through God, obviously. So why should you listen to me though? All right, so let's talk about it. So late payments, charge-offs, collections, inquiries, we know how to delete these items. So as you can see on the screen, we went 16 for 17 on these items for this client. We were able to delete a lot of their items. So I just want to show y'all, what's possible. If you have late payments, you don't have to wait 7 years like they usually say. 73K in charge-offs deleted. If you have charge-offs, you don't have to wait 7 years. You just have to know how to go about the process, be patient, you'll get it done. 45 items deleted in one round. So we had a client, he came to us, his credit was crazy. Collections, late payments, charge-offs, you name it. So inquiries, all of that. So we got 45 items deleted for him in one round. Thousands upon thousands of dollars of debt removed from his credit report. It's not about me though, right? Let's talk about the community. So I have a free community, a free Facebook community. This guy, everyday person, he was able to delete 23 hard inquiries. He referenced my podcast episode 13 of my podcast. He literally just followed what I'm teaching y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? So if you just follow the blueprint step by step and you actually take action, you're going to get results. So he deleted 23 hard inquiries. So this person here, when she first came to me, she knew nothing about credit. There's no shade or nothing, but she had DM'd me and she needed help. And basically she was able to follow step by step what I told her to do. And then I was just curious. I said, how many rounds did it take you to, delete it? She said only one round. She sent in her FTC report and she also used the laws I told her to use. And we're going to get into that later on. She was able to remove $73,000 in student loans. 601 from 601 to over 700 plus club. So this guy, when he found me, he had a 601 credit score all across the board. And he was able to essentially get himself to 700 plus using the information I'm going to give y'all tonight. Collections deleted. A lot of people struggle with collections. A lot of people are like, should I pay collections? Do I got to wait 7 years? All of that. We're going to teach y'all how to delete these collections. Look at what he said. This is one of my mentees, actually. He said, when you invest with Michael Benjamin and follow his instructions and be patient and trust the process, you get results like this. Look at that beautiful jump in his credit score just from deleting one collection. 71-point increase. Now let's talk about y'all. How many of y'all can relate? I want y'all to drop the number in the chat for the one you relate to the most. So we got 1 through 4. How many people are tired of constantly being told verified? How many people are looking for an additional stream of income? How many people are tired of being denied credit? How many people are tired of working a 9-to-5 job that they don't love? Drop the number for the one that you relate to the most. I told you I need participation tonight, so I need to see some numbers in the chat. I done did this presentation so many times, but I just really need to see who's doing it the best. I need to see from Virginia. I need to see from Missouri. I need to see what California talking about. Okay, I'm seeing some numbers. I need to see what Georgia talking about. You know what I'm saying? I need to see what Atlanta talking about. I need to see what all y'all talking about. Okay, I'm seeing some numbers. I'm seeing a lot of 4s. Okay, we got Maryland in the building too. Shout out to Maryland. Shout out to Florida. Shout out to South Carolina. All right, let's get it. So a lot of 4s. So as long as y'all pay attention and y'all gonna have a new stream of income. All right, so I feel you. It's not your fault. You weren't taught the ways on how to go about the process. That's why you're here tonight. I showed you everyday people like you that literally did it, deleting these collections, hard inquiries, etc. And I need y'all to understand, I'm big on mindset. So I need y'all to understand you can do it too. Drop a 1 in the chat if you could believe you can do it too. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't drop a 1, I need you to, get out of the presentation. But drop a 1 in the chat if you believe you can do it too. Drop a 1 in the chat if you believe you can do it too. Someone said they got a collection that haunts them. We got you tonight. Drop a 1 in the chat, Virginia. Drop a 1 in the chat, Cali. Drop a 1 in the chat, Missouri. Drop a 1 in the chat, Atlanta. I need to see some 1s in the chat. All right, we got it. Let's get it. I have a request, though. I do have a request. I just got to be honest with you. I have a request. So my mom called me earlier today. We're talking about the webinar. She's like, okay, you're about to do the webinar. I was like, yeah. I was like, it's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. People across the world, they're going to be listening to it. And then she said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, okay. Like, what do you mean? What do you need me to do for you? She said, I need you to take those people to the destination. I said, what you mean by the destination? She said, I need you to really take them on a journey. So what you mean by I need to take them on a journey? She said, I need you to take them on a journey. So when she repeated, I didn't want to ask her, anymore what she meant. So I just wanted to come here tonight and just know Do I have y'all permission to take y'all on a journey? Y'all let me know. I just want to do what my mom said. Missouri, do I have your permission to take you on a journey? California, do I have your permission to take you on a journey? Atlanta, do I have your permission to take you on a journey? Do I have your permission? Let me know if I have y'all permission. Alabama, do I have your permission? Indianapolis, I just want to know if I have permission from South Carolina, or we just gonna go home tonight. Do I have permission from South Carolina? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yeses, all that. Okay, so I got y'all permission. It's okay. We can go on the journey. Okay, Pittsburgh said. Okay, I was just waiting for Pittsburgh. All right, we can go on the journey. Let's get it. All right, so the exact journey we're gonna go on. So we're gonna talk about 3 secrets, right? Secret number 1 is how to build a perfect credit profile. Secret number 2 is how to delete any negative item using consumer laws. A lot of y'all hear me spitting these consumer laws. We're gonna break it down tonight. Secret number 3, how to collect 100K in 90 days, but more importantly, use it responsibly. I'm just curious, just out of curiosity, drop the number for the one that you're interested in the most. Drop a 1, 2, 3 for the secret that you want to know about the most. We got New York in the building. New York was hating last week. They said I'm shouting out Houston, Texas too much. I saw I like Seaside Lounge. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got 2s and 3s. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All of them. We got all of them. Okay, we're going crazy. Okay, I like that participation. Beautiful participation. I like that. Okay, let's get it. All right. So grab your pen and notepad. I will be revealing the exact 3-step process. I need to make sure people are awake. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready. I just want to know if y'all ready. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready. I need to see some 1s going crazy in the chat if y'all are ready. I need to see some 1s in the chat going crazy if y'all ready. We're going to talk about the 15 USC this, 15 USC that. We're going to talk about the funding. We're going to talk about, the best credit, all of that. I'm seeing some 1s going super crazy. Y'all beautiful participation. I love it. All right, so just to be transparent with y'all, we will be giving you an offer to get to the next level at the end. If you've been on webinar, you know how it goes. Let's get it. Remember though, note takers are money makers. Note takers are money makers. And this is not just a regular webinar. I need y'all to understand we've been changing lives. So this guy, he DM'd me. He said, your info is powerful. He's talking about the loss. I actually got due to refund me my money. He was going about his late payments. He said, but it won't post until Monday. So he basically used the laws I told him that I'm going to give you tonight. And he was able to get, refunded. And then he ended up booking a consultation with me. So I just need y'all to understand, we've been impacting people with these laws. If y'all take action, you'll be good. All I need from you though is implementation. One of my mentors, Nehemiah Davis, Neil DeViso, he says information changes situations, but only with implementation. He's Neil DeViso on Instagram. You can go look him up. He's a multimillionaire. As someone that's a multimillionaire, he knows a little bit about implementation. So I need y'all to implement tonight. I need y'all to take action tonight. Let's get it. All right, let's imagine though, right? Let's imagine a 30-minute consultation with me. It's $500. If you want to sit down with me, get the game that I'm giving y'all tonight, it's $500. The secret, I'm giving it to y'all tonight for free. So obviously with that, I want y'all to take it seriously. Do we have a deal that y'all are gonna really take action as if you paid me $500? Comment deal if we have a deal. Comment deal if we have a deal. Yes, deal, all that. Comment deal. I need to see some deals in the chat. I need to see some deals. Deal. I like that. All right, bet, let's get it. So you're probably wondering why we are here today. Just some background information. A lot of people DM me questions about credit. This goes back to what I said. Don't be getting scammed by the pages online that are pretending to be me. There's only one account by me. So people DM me about credit. I'm not DMing you. I'm not going to be DMing you asking for money. So don't get scammed by these fake pages. So I literally can't help everybody. And I realized that credit illiteracy is deadly. I read some crazy statistics about people with bad credit and the lack of knowledge on how to fix it. So that kind of scared me. I was like, it's crazy. People don't know how to, fix their credit. And I noticed people get in the bag, but blowing it. Like I told you, I would see people get in the bag, then they blowing it. And I'm confused. Like, why is that happening? It goes back to the financial literacy. Getting the bag is easy. You just enter the data points, but not blowing it is the hard part. We're going to talk about that. So I was talking to myself and I said, imagine how much impact I could create if I put a step-by-step blueprint of what took me 3 years to learn in an easy to follow training for y'all to follow. The same information that allowed me to leave my chemical engineering 9-to-5 job last year. Last June, I left my job if you came in late. Imagine without you having to be a credit or consumer law expert. Imagine without you having to blow the bag once you get it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think I would be selfish not to put out this information. Since we were talking about selfishness earlier, right? Drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a one in the chat if you think I'll be crazy not to put it out. If you listen to my podcast, you know I'll be giving out the game already, but I just want to know about tonight. Okay, I'm seeing some ones. All right, I got y'all. I'm gonna give it to y'all. What's the catch? So the catch is you don't take action and you end up in the same cycle. I would hate for that to happen to you. Why this training is important right now? We are in a recession. If you don't know, we're in a recession. If you've been living under a rock, we're in a recession. So more importantly, though, the FICO 10T is here. If you don't know what FICO 10T is, the T stands for trended data. It's basically a new scoring system where lenders, they're going to be able to look at the last 2 years of your credit history. So what does that mean and why is that dangerous? It's dangerous because if you got your credit fixed a year ago and now your credit is 800, they could backdate and look back at your history like, oh no, a year ago you had a collection, and then they could judge you based off of that. Versus right now, if you just go to number and your credit is perfect, even if you got your credit fixed last week, it's not going to matter. So I need y'all to understand, get your approvals now. This is why we're doing this training. Because we need y'all to take action now. Send off your letters tomorrow. Send off your letters this week. You got to take action now. Go apply for those stuff this week. Build the relationships. I need y'all to take action now. And then again, it's a recession. Layoffs are very common. If you've been paying attention, all these tech companies laying thousands of employees off. So y'all need to develop new high income skills. One source of income is too close to none. If you don't learn how to make money in your sleep, you're going to be working forever. And you don't want to be technically working hard forever. You know what I'm saying? So, and money just makes life easier. Money is something people can stress out about. Most people stress out about. So you just want to have these high income skills. Recessions breed wealth transfers, though. What does that mean? Basically, during a recession, you can choose to get tapped into the information like we're talking about tonight and make better use of your situation. Or you could just complain about it and just be like, damn, it's a recession and not do nothing about it and just, get swallowed up by the recession. But I don't want that to happen to y'all. So I need y'all to understand. I was looking at these statistics. 17% of American consumers paid their credit card, loan, etc. late in the last 2 years. These are 2023 statistics, by the way. You can look it up yourself. 17% is 51 million people. We're going to basically talk about how to delete these late payments later. So I say that to let y'all know, if you know how to delete late payments, you got 51 million people here that you can possibly impact. I'm pretty sure you know someone with late payments. Maybe they just haven't told you. 25% of low-income individuals don't know how to improve their credit. Illiteracy is crazy. 25% of 75 million people. Just teaching people what we're talking about tonight. 75 million people are out there for you to teach. You could do your own webinar. You could charge $100 or something. I'm doing it for free, but you could, name your price. Just need y'all to understand that. So back to the journey. Our first stop is secret number 1, how to build a perfect credit profile. Let's get it. So if you don't know, this is going to be a review for most of y'all, but we got to talk about it. Your FICO score is composed of 5 different data points. The biggest component is payment history, 35%. 35% is over a third. So what does that mean? If you have one late payment, your credit score damn near cooked. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be able to correct that. And you have these consumer laws in place for you to be able to correct them, right? The laws are in place for you to understand that you can get these items deleted before the 7 years that they talk about. That's why we go so hard at CAT giving you all this information, because a lot of people think they have to wait 7 years. They have to wait 7 years. They don't have to get their house. They don't have to get their car. You don't have to do all that. Just know your consumer loss. 30% is debt owed, amount owed. It's your debt utilization rate. We're going to talk about it. 10% is new credit, hard inquiries. We're going to talk about it. 15% is length of credit history, the years of your history on your credit. We're going to talk about it. 10% is credit mix. A lot of people sleep on this part of your credit when it comes to building that perfect credit profile. We're going to talk about it. So I just want y'all to, have that review of it. Your credit score does not matter. What do I mean by that? So I have a podcast. It's called the CAP Podcast, Consumer Ammunition Tactics Podcast. I know a lot of y'all listen to it. Some of y'all may not listen to it. So I dropped a popular episode. I think it was like episode 2 or 3. I said your credit score does not matter. And it wasn't just like clickbait, title bait, whatever you want to call it. It's true. Your credit score does not matter because it's more so about the data points. I need y'all to have that mindset, especially when we talk about, the mindset with consumer laws. I need y'all to have an open mindset. So your credit score does not matter because someone that has a 700, but they got the good data points, will get approved quicker than someone that has an 800, but they just have a skinny profile. So I just need y'all to remember that your credit score does not matter. Look at the different data points. So this is a step-by-step journey of basically how we're going to do it from a high level. You want to grab your consumer reports or your credit reports on annualcreditreport.com. So that's what you can do if you haven't looked at it. You can also go to Experian.com, register over there if you're not registered, and then you get access to all your reports. Number two, the first thing you want to do before you start, disputing negative information, you want to update all your personal identifiers. What is this? You want to have one name, one address, remove old names, remove old addresses, because sometimes old names, old addresses are tied to these negative collection accounts. You want to be able to decrease the likelihood that they hit you with that verified nonsense. And then number three, that's when you want to remove all derogatory remarks. So that's going to go into play when we talk about the consumer laws and secret number two. And then number four, you want to build a well-rounded credit profile to maximize your points in all categories. So if you need a build, you can build and remove at the same time. It's really a case-by-case thing. So just really understand that. And just a reminder, the name of the game is maximizing the amount of points you can get in each category. You don't want to leave any points on the table if you can control that. What do I mean by that? One common thing people say is debt utilization rate is 30% of your score. Your utilization rate should be 30%. I don't believe in that. Your utilization rate should be single digits, so 9% or less. You're leaving points on the table by saying, oh, I'm going to keep my utilization rate at 30%. Have it at single digits. If you can have it at 5% or less, you're going to have more points. So simple. Payment history, right? Let's talk about payment history. So payment history is 35%, which is over a third of your score. This is why you really want to pay attention when we talk about deleting these late payments. You can do goodwill letters, which works. We've done it in the past before too, back in like 2021. But we're going to take a more aggressive approach with consumer laws because we've been seeing those to be more powerful. And after this training, you should not have an issue maintaining 100% payment history. What does that mean? This is important because you have the knowledge on how to take control of your consumer report, even if it's not overnight. You have knowledge on how to take control, even if it's not overnight. Debt utilization is 30% is nearly a third of your score. So this is the percentage of how much credit is being used in comparison to your overall credit limits. So for example, let's say you have a total of $10,000 all across the board in terms of your credit cards. If you're using $1,000 out of that 10,000, your utilization rate is 10%. And then going back to what I said earlier, average recommended utilization rate is 30%, but you want to aim for single digits, which is 9% or less. So credit 101. You want to know your dates. So understand the relationship among your due date, your closing or statement date, and your reporting date. Those are different dates. So your due date is obviously the date your bill is due. Your closing or statement date is the date that closes the billing cycle. That's going to be reported to the consumer reporting agencies. If you don't know what consumer reporting agencies are, or CRAs, that's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Reporting date is the date it reports to them. Lenders usually do give you a grace period, but you just got to do your due diligence on that as far as how you can pay and not be considered late. One strategy, you want to make sure your utilization rate stays low after you pay by the due date and past the closing date, so it reports as low utilization to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So how can you actually reduce your utilization rate if you need to reduce it? Because I know some people go through that. So these are some following activities that will reduce your utilization rate. Credit limit increase. A lot of people don't even think about the fact that they can get a credit limit increase. They just wait for the lender to give them a credit limit increase. If you just wait, it might not happen when you want it to. So call them, ask for a credit limit increase. You can get a new credit card if you're in that position to where you'll get approved. That'll automatically add more credit and reduce your utilization rate. You could be added as an authorized user on someone's card. That'll automatically add more credit to you, reduce your utilization rate. If you get business funding, you could pay off the balance with business funding. It could be credit cards, loans, however you choose to transfer. You're basically transferring the balance. Business doesn't report to your personal, so that's why that works. Can I show y'all my secret hack to high utilization rate? Drop one in the chat if I can. Drop one in the chat if I can. Oh, hold on. Hold on. It's going too quick now. Someone said, will I go back so I can get a pic of the last slide? I don't know if, let me just go back real quick. Oh, so I don't know if it was this slide. If you want to take a picture, I don't want to hold everybody, but I'm just going to go real quick, or if it was this slide. But yeah, hopefully you got a picture. All right, so if you want to hide your utilization rate, you can use this hack to make your utilization rate appear to be 0%. And as I go through the presentation too, if you're on your phone, just be taking screenshots or take pictures, because if I move too quick, I move quick. So keep that in mind. What you're going to do is you're going to divide your credit limits in half and make them due 2 weeks apart. For example, one $10,000 card to be due on February 1st and then two $5,000 cards can be due on February 15th. When the first is due, you're going to take the money off the credit cards for the ones that you have that's due on the 15th and use that to pay the one that's due on the first. So you're like transferring it. When the closing date and reporting date happen for the one that's due on the first, that's going to be by the 5th or the 6th. It's basically going to report as 0% utilization. When the 15th comes around, you're going to rotate that balance back over and it'll report as 0% utilization too. And then you just repeat, you repeat and repeat until you're able to pay off your balance. And if you don't know how to actually take the money off the credit cards, I have a YouTube channel. I have a playlist called Manufacturer Spending. It teaches you how to take money off your credit cards. There's like over 100 videos in that playlist. I think it's like 178 or something like that. So just go to my YouTube. Don't stress yourself out about your utilization rate if you are not actively applying. That's why I like to tell people, because a lot of people, they really stress themselves out too much about their credit, even when they're not using it. So if you're applying for something, I get it. But if you're not actively using it, don't stress yourself out too much about it. Drop a one in the chat if you're still with me. I need to know if Virginia's with me. I need to know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if Missouri with me. Let me know if Alabama with me. I know we got Cali in the building. I know we got New York City in the building. Let me know if y'all with me. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Indianapolis in the building. Shout out to Indianapolis. I see y'all. I see Indianapolis. I see Atlanta. I see all of y'all in here. Okay, someone trying to come in. We got late people in here. All right, let's get it. So 15% is your length of credit history. So 15% isn't detrimental, but you don't want to sleep on this part of your score. You want to aim to have accounts in good standing with at least 4 years of history, 4+ years of history. That's typically what we like to see clients have before we go for funding for them. You can look at Credit Karma as an estimate to gauge how many years of history you have, but I want y'all to understand that Credit Karma uses a Vantage score, which is different from your FICO score. So Credit Karma should be looked at as an estimate. You see people online say, don't use Credit Karma. That's mainly what they mean, the fact that they have different scoring systems. If you need more age, you can get an authorized user trade line. And then stay until the end, because we will give you an opportunity that will get you access to over 2,000 plus trade lines, and you can have fun with that. Our new credit, this is basically hard inquiries. So new credit, 10% is not detrimental, but you don't want to have inquiries living rent-free on your report. You work so hard to build up your credit, so don't have them living rent-free on your credit report, your consumer report, whatever you want to call it. So too many hard inquiries makes you look thirsty. It just looks like you're getting curved by everybody. Who wants someone that everyone's getting curved by, So keep that in mind. You want to aim to have no more than 4 hard inquiries per consumer reporting agency before you do a funding sequence. That's just a typical number that we like to see. And I'm going to teach y'all how to actually delete hard inquiries on all the consumer reporting agencies, so you don't have to worry about them again when we get to secret number 2. Credit mix. So 10% is not detrimental, but it's a common disregarded part of your credit report. I like to call it the delusional part of the pie. The thing is, people will have a high credit score with no mix of accounts, and then they're going to be confused why they're getting denied. That's why it's important for y'all to know this information, not only for yourself, but for your clients, your friends, your families, all that, because they might be confused, like, oh, I have 800. Why am I being denied? But y'all came to the How to Collect 100K in 90 Days webinar. You got the secret number 1 on how to know what to look for when it comes to a perfect credit profile. So although this might be a review, definitely pay attention so that you know how to navigate. Aim to have at least 10 positive reporting accounts. You want to have installment loans. You want to have revolving accounts like credit cards, installment loans, student loans, things like that. You want to have primary trade lines, which are your accounts, as well as authorized user trade lines if you need that, right? That's you being added onto someone else's account if you need more years of history, if you're a young person. But why does all this matter? You might be like, why are we talking about this? Let's get to 15 USC. Let's talk about 100K in funding. This is what you want to focus on, and it's a foundation for yourself or your clients to get a perfect credit profile, perfect in the eyes of the lender. And this means more impact, which means, more money. We need money. Also, you can literally use this information to help fix your family's or your friends' credit so that you know what to look for when it comes to funding and why they may or may not get denied. You can use this information for your funding business. If you want to start a funding business, helping people get funding, that's a very lucrative business. You got to know what a good, perfect credit profile actually looks like. So that's why we're covering this information. You could turn this information into several pieces of content to grow your side hustle or business or whatever. If you have a business in credit, if you don't start creating content, you're going to be mad in a couple years. You're going to be mad 2 or 3 years from now. Y'all have seen my content online. That content's living there forever. People are watching it constantly, right? So all the information I gave y'all tonight, you can literally turn it into pieces of content. Even if you're not recording in front of it, It's a piece of content. You could turn this information into a digital product. It could be a course, ebook, etc. We're in a digital age. So don't sleep on the fact that even if it's, review, this is important information to be aware of. Are you having a good time tonight so far? Let me know. I need to see. I need to see. I need to see. I need to see. Drop something in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat for me. Drop a 1 in the chat for me. I'm seeing some ones. I'm seeing some ones. Say yes, go on. Dang, I thought I was a teacher. He telling me what to do. I'm seeing some ones. All right, let's get it. 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 So that was secret number 1, right? Secret number 1. We've done it. Let's go to the next one. I'm curious before we continue. I just want to know how you found me and how long you've been rocking with me. I know some people find me on TikTok, YouTube, podcasts. Let me know how you found me and how long you actually been tapped in. Let me know before we continue. I'm just curious. What is like to know? TikTok immediately signed up. TikTok, Spotify, interesting. Okay, that's a podcast for sure. Let me know. TikTok, YouTube. Let me know how y'all found me. Let me know how y'all found me. Let me know how y'all found me. Let me know how long y'all been tapped in. If you just found me last week, you found me when I interviewed Durain. Oh yeah, Durain's my guy. That's my guy. Shout out to Durain Delavante. Last week, all that. Someone's trying to get in right now. Hold on, let me let them in. Hold on. Okay, somebody got let in. Okay, let me see. Referred. Okay, cool. All right, so all over the place. I appreciate y'all tapping in. Again, take pictures of your notes. Tag me on IG. It may help you. It may not help you. I'm just letting you know. And don't get scammed by fake pages that are pretending to be me. I'm not going to DM you and, ask you for money or anything. So keep that in mind. Secret number 2, knowing how to delete any negative items on your credit reports, right? So let's imagine you understand your consumer laws I'm going to teach y'all tonight, and y'all able to basically charge your clients or whoever, different invoices for helping them clean up their credit reports. You got to understand that understanding these consumer laws, understanding how to remove negative items is a very high income skill, because you got to think like one late payment, multiple late payments, that might be stopping someone from getting a $500,000 house approval. Like, think about that. How much is that worth to them? That might stop somebody from getting their dream car. It might stop somebody from, just getting to the next level. So really pay attention as we go through these laws. Imagine you got to pay nearly $500 for deleting late payments. I mean, you name your price, but this is just what we were charging at the time. And we're going to give you all the information. But I need y'all help. I need you to commit to understanding that any item can be deleted. So all that waiting 7 years, all that is nonsense. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all got me. Does Missouri got me? Does Atlanta got me? Does Cali got me? Does Alabama got me? Y'all got me? Drop a 1, drop a 1, drop a 1. I need to know who got me. Drop a 1, drop a 1, drop a 1. Chicago in the building. I like that. Chicago in the building. Shout out to Chicago. Okay, Chicago got me. Chicago got me. That's what's up. Okay, I was just waiting on Chicago. Let's get it. All right, so just a commercial break before we continue. We won't have time to go over everything because this is just like, 1 hour, 1.5 hour experience. But I need y'all to understand, I literally have over 1,000 videos published on YouTube. So if you listen through and you're like, dang, I'm missing something as far as what he should have covered, I have over 1,000 videos on YouTube. A lot of people that's, teaching about consumer laws, credit, all of that, I don't know if they have over 1,000. I don't know if everyone has over 1,000 videos on YouTube. So go to my YouTube. It's Mike O. Benjamin. You can search it. I teach you how to mail for free on there as well. I'm gonna have over 100 podcast episodes published as well and more. So keep that in mind as we go through the presentation. All right. So administrative process, what is it? It's basically a roadmap or journey towards getting your desired result. That deletion, remedy, whatever you want to call it. So this is typically the process of how we would go about it. So number 1 would be your notice of dispute or your debt validation. A debt validation law I want y'all to write down is 12 CFR 1006.34. It's a new debt validation law that we've been using, and it's been more powerful. And just some background on it, I like it better than the FDCPA one. If you know about the FDCPA, 15 USC 1692G, that's a validation of debt law too. But the debt validation law in the FDCPA doesn't have as many requirements as a 12 CFR law has. So write that down, look it up on your own time. And yeah, it'll be definitely powerful for you. And then number two, after you send off a debt validation notice, if they're just like, oh no, it's validated, it's verified, etc., to the CRAs, the consumer reporting agencies, what you want to do is send them a method of verification notice. Method of verification. So the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which I need y'all to understand on a deep level, the Fair Credit Reporting Act basically governs these consumer reporting agencies. The fact that they have to adopt reasonable procedures when they're going through verifying your information. So you want to question them how the information was verified from the previous notice you sent them. I'm just giving you all the roadmap step by step. Number three, if they continue being on BS, which they love to do, you're going to send them an affidavit of intent to sue. So you're giving them a chance in private, letting them know this is the last notice I'm sending you before we take legal action. So you're going to show exhibits or proof of the violations, and you could issue a cease and desist if necessary, like if you're going with collections. And then number four, you're going to have to go through litigation. Sometimes you just have to go through litigation and sue them. A lot of times what we've seen in our experience, they'll settle outside of court just because all our paperwork and everything was, on point. But you want to prepare yourself for this kind of scenario. This is why you want to send your notices certified mail so that you know when they've been received and you can prove that they received it. And each step, what we typically recommend is you want to submit a CFPB complaint. CFPB is Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I have a podcast episode walking you through what I would fill out for a CFPB complaint. We have State Attorney General complaint, Better Business Bureau. You can report these companies. And then the OCC, it basically talks about who regulates the banks. So you can submit different complaints. I hope you took a picture of this if you didn't take notes, but yeah, I'll let y'all know that. How to write a dispute letter. My biggest recommendation to you, do not just send out any template letter that you buy. We sell template letters. At the top of every template letter, we let you know this is a guide. Multiple people are buying this letter. So you want to change it to your own situation. So I recommend that you write your own letters and include the following elements that we going to talk about. So you can literally handwrite your letters as well, because when you send in your notices, they have something called an eOscar system, the consumer reporting agencies, and you want to basically bypass that so a human being can look at your notice. That goes back to the FCRA and making sure that they adopt reasonable procedures. But I don't want to go too deep and confuse anybody. So you want to include your name, address, and date. Sometimes you're going to backdate to enforce an FCRA violation because they're supposed to investigate that within 30 days. And then you want to also include the last four of your social security number if you can, because a lot of times, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, they like doing these things called stalling tactics. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, oh, we can't identify you. They're going to say, oh, you sound like a credit repair company. They're going to say, we need more identifying information. So you want to make it no excuse that they can't identify you. So send a copy of, a utility bill, send your ID, last four of your social, all that. Then you're going to include the creditor or the CRA, whoever you're addressing. You can send notices to both, which I recommend. And then you're going to basically explain what happened. You don't want to sound like a robot. Just speak colloquially. Like I'll pull my credit report. I have these negative items I want to dispute, right? And reference the account in question. You want to bypass that eOscar system, like I said. Then you're going to state the law they violated, right? We're going to get into some laws. And then you're going to explain how they violated it. This is where most people, they don't get their deletions. They're just copy and pasting these laws and thinking that's just how it works. It ain't just sweet like that. If it was sweet like that, everybody would be getting deletions. So you want to ask yourself, did they follow reasonable procedures? That kind of thing. Because you want to prepare yourself for it to go to court. So you're basically in your notices, you're preparing if it does go to court, right? Because you've shown them they have reasonable cause to believe the information is, in fact, inaccurate. When we talk about 15 USC 1681 S-2, that's just an example law. And then you're going to end with a call to action. You want to instruct them what you want them to do. For example, I need this item deleted in 30 days. Pursuant to, write that law down, pursuant to 15 USC 1681I A1A. So that's the compliance procedures law. So you just want to, is it compliance procedure or procedure in case of dispute accuracy? It's one of those, I forget off the top of my head. But 1681I, that's a good law that you want to definitely reference. A1A specifically. So I hope y'all took pictures. I hope y'all wrote that down. Let's go. So affidavits are powerful, like I said, because it's basically the document that will help you win your case if it does go to court. And it's good for deletions because it's a notarized document basically helping you with the winning your case. You got to go to a notary. You got to get it notarized. It's an official document. So a lot of times they're not going to want to play with you because they know that if you do go through a lawsuit, it's going to be looking ugly. And then stay until the end. I'll be giving you an opportunity to get the exact affidavits that we use. We'll go from there. Drop a one in the chat if this has been helpful so far. I need to know how we feeling. Drop a one in the chat. 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 Drop a one in the chat, Missouri, Atlanta. I need to see how Chicago doing. I need to see how Cali doing. I need to see all them ones. Drop all them ones. Okay, I like that. New York City, I need to see some ones. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so let's imagine. Let's imagine you get invoice after invoice after invoice. But first, you have to understand the language. What do I mean by that? You got to understand who you're talking to. So when you put credit bureaus in your letters, a lot of people refer to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax as credit bureaus. When you're writing your notices, you want to call them agencies, because basically when you refer to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax as credit bureaus, it's basically like calling a dog a cat. You're not calling them what they are. So you basically want to use the right verbiage in your letter. So that's just one simple difference I need y'all to understand. So yeah, just keep that in mind when you're going about the language. When you understand the language, then we can talk about these invoices. You know, you're helping your clients get these deletions. Let's go into battle though. So these are some tools I want you to be aware of. Like I said, we have a lot of information, so I'm not going to go over every consumer law in the world, but there will be an opportunity at the end to have more handholding. So your tools I want you to be aware of. 15 USC 1666B. This is timing of payments. This is going to be important for deleting late payments. 15 USC 6802, opt-out law. This is going to be important for pretty much deleting any item. There's a certain way that we go about it using that law. 15 USC 1681B number 2. If you know anything about the FCRA, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, this is a very popular law in there, and we like to use it. It's a permissible purpose. Basically, the fact that you didn't give them written instructions to put that information on your consumer report. So typically we use like 1 to 3 laws to pick up our letters. So you want to look at it as like, you know, you're making a meal. And then, like I said, more laws will be discussed with the opportunity at the end, but these are the main ones I want you to be aware of at the moment. So let's talk about deleting late payments. We looked at the statistics. So many people have late payments. So pay close attention. Take a picture of this slide and everything as I go through it. So you can correct late payments on an account and keep the account, or you can delete the entire account. You got to be specific about what it is that you want. And when you make your decision, because if you have like 15 late payments, obviously it'll probably be easier just to delete the entire account. If you have 1 or 2 late payments and you got a good amount of history on that account, I wouldn't necessarily delete that account. I would just delete the late payments. So we usually first combine 15 USC 1666B, which is the timing of payments law, with the permissible purpose law, which is 15 USC 1681B number 2. And then the important thing is that we backdate it by 60 days. This is like our favorite method that we've been doing recently. As early as like last week, we got late payment deleted for a client. So the reason why we do it is because we want to enforce that FCRA violation. When we do that CFPB complaint, it looks like more time has passed than what it has passed. So it is what, April 2nd? So if we were to send out a notice today, we would put February 2nd to make it seem like more time is gone versus the time that it actually has been. But the thing about that though, if you're going to go that route with backdating, you don't want to send it certified, because when you send certified, they essentially get when, you know, you received it. So you don't have to backdate. It's just what we've done for late payments. And then we've also used 15 USC 6802 by itself. It's the opt-out law. If you look up the opt-out law, it has 3 satisfactions that have to be done in order to be reporting that information. And 10 times out of 10, they don't satisfy those satisfactions. So that's why the opt-out law is powerful. So basically, what you'll do when it comes to these late payments, this is how we do it. You're going to create customized letters for both the creditor and the appropriate CRAs. So the way that we do it, we'll create the letter for the company that's reporting the late payment, and then we'll also send it to the CRAs. So we create different letters addressing, you know, each person. And then we also do a CFPB complaint, like I mentioned, state attorney general complaint. And the biggest thing I want y'all to be aware of is that you have to be persistent. There's no guarantee that it'll be deleted immediately, but the simple fact of the matter is you have to be persistent. And then you can also attempt the FTC report, which is a powerful method as well. You could also do a goodwill letter, like I mentioned earlier. We don't do goodwill letters, to be honest, anymore, because we use consumer laws, but it is something you can go about if you're still familiarizing yourself with the laws. So this is typically what you want to do with deleting late payments, just to give y'all the blueprint on that to create your letter. Every letter is customized, so I'm not giving y'all an exact letter here tonight. When we talk about the opportunity at the end, you can get access to our exact letter that we use to delete late payments. But let's talk about hard inquiries. So hard inquiries, you can delete them when they're not tied to open accounts. Experian is the easiest to delete. They typically get deleted in 24 to 72 hours. My mentees are doing this all the time. I'm doing it all the time. And one big question that I always get is, for credit repair business owners, they're like, oh, what do I do if I have a client and it's a different gender? I've literally called for any gender, right? I've called and my name is Sarah. I've called and my name is, whatever. So it's just about being confident and just going about the process. So this is all you need to do. So you can literally start a side hustle deleting these for people. So this is a number I want y'all to call. Make sure you take a screenshot of it. Experian got like 1,000 different phone numbers. They always trying to deflect and not get you on the phone, speaking to their automated system. So this is the exact number that we use, the 1-800-493-1058 number. You're going to ask to be transferred to the fraud department. The reason why you want to be asked to be transferred to the fraud department is because the reason why you're disputing these hard inquiries is you're disputing it as unauthorized fraudulent inquiries due to identity theft. When we say identity theft, we're speaking from a legal term. A lot of people get confused when they're talking about identity theft. They're like, oh, isn't it someone stole their information? From a legal term, identity theft means no consent. So you didn't consent to them putting that on your report. This is why when we talk about litigation later on, you can basically sue these consumer reporting agencies for putting hard inquiries on your consumer report. So you're going to dispute them as unauthorized fraudulent inquiries when you get a rep, and you're going to read off the hard inquiries you want to delete. You could literally say, pulled my credit report and noticed some unauthorized fraudulent inquiries I'd like to dispute. You can say credit report. You don't have to say consumer report. When you get a rep on the line, they don't know about all these 15 US codes, so you don't need to be spitting the laws to them. And then you're going to basically wait 24 to 72 hours and they will be deleted. Again, the reason you can dispute as fraudulent or victim of identity theft is they didn't receive your written consent to furnish the information. That goes back to the permissible purpose law. So that's Experian. When we talk about TransUnion and Equifax, TransUnion and Equifax. So TransUnion and Equifax is a little bit different, but pretty much the same thing. So for TransUnion, you're going to mail off your notice, and then Equifax, you're going to fax. When I say your notice, I'm talking about FTC report from the identity theft website. So again, identity theft is no consent. TransUnion's address is there. I gave y'all a couple fax numbers. We fax to both just because, they be playing games saying like, oh, we didn't receive it. So those are a couple numbers y'all can fax to. And then I literally gave y'all the personal statement section that we use, right? It doesn't get any easier than this. Take a screenshot of that. Basically, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you basically talk about how you're a victim of identity theft. 18 USC 1028A is aggravated identity theft by the definition. And then you talk about 15 USC 1681C-2. That's the block of information. It basically says when they receive your identity theft report, within 4 business days, that item has to be deleted. Why is that important? That's important because you want to unsend your notice, certified mail. So send your notice certified mail so you can track that 4 business days. If they don't delete it on that 5th day, they've committed a violation. And then at that point, they're willfully non-compliant. I don't want to get too deep, but that's a violation of 15 USC 1681N when we talk about remedy aspect of things. Alternatively, if you don't want to say identity theft, all that, you can literally send a permissible purpose letter, create your own notice, and you're referencing 15 USC 1681B number 2. That's a permissible purpose section. So look, 23 hard inquiries deleted. I told you everyday people are doing this. You literally listen to the information I'm giving y'all tonight and you just took action. The biggest thing is taking action. It's not just listening and taking notes and not doing nothing with it. Deleting collections. Let's talk about collections. I know I think someone said they had got collections earlier. So this is not, legal advice. I never recommend paying collections because the turnover was an illegal process. That's just a simple fact. Paying it will not help your credit score unless the entire account is deleted. So if you're going to pay a collection, this is how I recommend you go about it. If you're going to pay a collection, I recommend you let the company know in writing, okay, I'm going to pay the collection under this term. Somebody that's high up on the company has to sign saying that the item will be deleted from your consumer report, right? So you're going to send that notice over to them. If they don't send that back to you, with this signed by a high official, that it will be deleted, because you want to hold somebody accountable that's high in the company. If they don't do all that, I personally wouldn't recommend that you pay it, because you could pay it and then they're not even going to remove it, right? If it's just a paid collection, it's still on there, it's still going to be harming your credit. So let's talk about how we go about it. So best practice is to send a debt validation notice first. So I helped one of my mentees actually with the debt validation notice, and he got like 9 or 10 collections deleted within this past week for one of his clients. So just to let y'all know, sometimes just sending a debt validation notice is important, because you're putting the burden of proof on them to prove what you know that they can't prove. So yeah, sometimes it gets deleted without more pressure needed. But if you don't get as blessed as my mentee was in that round, our favorite method that we do a 2-round setup. We send that debt validation notice to the creditor, letting them know that the information is in fact inaccurate, right? So we use that 12 CFR law. We use a 15 USC 6802 to opt-out law, right? The fact that they didn't send you your opt-out notice. And then we follow up with 15 USC 1681S-2 to prove that they had a reasonable cause to believe the information was inaccurate. That's what that law talks about. I have a TikTok on it talking about this, and some of y'all may have seen that TikTok, I don't know. And then you're going to send the debt collector and the CRA affidavits. That's like your quote unquote third round if it does go to that level. So I just need y'all to understand this is pretty much how we do it. Like I told you, my mentee, he got like 10 collections deleted within this past week. He posted it in our private mentorship Facebook group, and it was based off of the letter that I helped him create. So once you know these laws, you'll be good. Oh, another mentee, like I told y'all. So this was back in August, but he said, when you invest with Michael, follow his instructions and be patient and trust the process. You get results like this. Collection deleted. All right, saying till then, if you need more assistance with your specific situation, we got you. Are you having a good time tonight so far? I need to see if y'all awake. I know we late on the East Coast, not too late, but we late a little bit on the East Coast. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let me know how y'all feeling. How Missouri feeling? How Virginia feeling? How everybody feeling? We got Cali in the building. We got everybody here. Okay, everybody good. Ones. Baby needs a new diaper. Okay, all right, let's get it. I don't know how that's there again. Okay, so charge-offs deleted. Right? I'm letting y'all know when you know these laws. Student loans deleted. I'm letting y'all know when you know these laws. Every day people are doing this. Let's talk about what about repos, bankruptcies, child support, evictions, all of that. So we're not talking about that tonight, but I will give you an opportunity at the end to help you with that. Before we continue, they said verify. What do I do now? Okay, so before we continue, I just want to know. I never done this before, but I've been appreciating all the participation y'all have been doing tonight. Is it okay if I share a secret law with y'all that I don't talk about? Probably only talk about it with my mentees. Drop a 1 in the chat if that's okay. I know my mentees are probably gonna be mad, they done invested and all that, but I just want to know if it's okay with y'all, right? We're recording this, but I'm recording it for me. I haven't shared this law, but I just want to know. I just want to know if it's okay. Okay. Ones. Okay, perfect. All right, so I want y'all to write this down. 18 USC 894. 18 USC 894. 18 USC 894. So 18 USC 894. What is that? It's called collections of extensions of credit by extortionate means. I want y'all to combine this in your notices. It basically talks about whoever participates in or conspires in extortion. So basically, let's say you got a collection. It's basically sounding like the CRAs and the creditor are conspiring against you and your rights, right? When you're repeatedly pointing out to them that it's inaccurate, and you showed them they have a reasonable cause to believe the information is inaccurate. When we look at, 15 USC 1681 S-2, which you should be putting in your notices. So I recommend, this is what we do. I recommend you put 18 USC 894 in your notices, but more importantly, you want to put that in your letter and put someone that's high up on the company, hold them liable. What do I mean by that? Hold someone liable. I mean, like, look up the CEO. So if we're talking about Chase, you got something with them, put 18 USC 894, and then you're basically going to hold the CEO liable. You're letting them know that they're participating in extortion. It means against you. So 18 US codes are more about criminal violations. 15 US codes are civil violations. So I want y'all to understand the 18 USC 894. Do some research on that. It's a very powerful law that we've been using. and they're not going to want to really fight with you once you're referencing that. So keep that in mind. Put that in your notices. I hope that helps you. I haven't talked about that publicly. I hope none of my mentees are here. And yeah, let's continue. So let's say they said verified. What do you do now? First of all, you don't want to panic. Do not panic. Do not panic. Do not panic. So what you can do, if anybody watches Power, shout out to Zeke. We got Zeke on the slider right there. So this is what you want to do, right? I'm going to tell y'all what I know. So you're going to accept that it can take longer than you expect, but you want to be prepared for the journey, right? You want to be prepared for the journey. So you're going to question how they verified information per FCRA regulations in maintaining a reasonable investigation that was equitable to the consumer. So how did they verify the information? So that goes back to your method of verification letter, right? If you send them a notice and they're like, oh, verify. As a consumer, you have a right to ask them, how did they verify the information? And then number two, reference 15 USC 1681 IA1A. You guys should be taking pictures of these slides as I'm saying it. 15 USC 1681 IA1A. And then you're going to talk about how the item should have been deleted before the investigation was complete per FCRA regulations. Literally takes time to read that specific part of the FCRA, and it lets you know item was supposed to be deleted before the investigation was complete. And then sometimes what happens is we'll change up a little bit of our language. We'll resubmit what we submitted with the CFPB complaint again. So you can do that, and then you can just seek guidance from an accountability group. And yeah, so those are some different things you can do. Be patient with yourself, be patient with the process. If all else fails, what do you do now? Because you don't want to be sending notices 10, 20 rounds, right? Litigation. You're just going to have to step it up, and, as long as your paperwork is right, you should be good. So litigation 101, we're not going to go in depth, and this is not legal advice, but your claim in litigation should have the following elements. Sometimes if you're going through litigation in district courts, I don't know if anyone in here has been through it, but a common thing that attorneys like to hit you with is that you don't have a claim where relief can be granted. And that's Rule 12B number 6, Rule 12B number 6. So they like hitting pro se litigants with that. Pro se means you're filing by yourself. They like hitting pro se litigants with that. So you want to make sure that you do have a claim. Your claim should have the following elements: jurisdiction, identify the court, the forum where you're bringing your claim. Legal basis, you got to identify the legal basis for your claim. So the specific statute. Factual allegations, you need to provide detailed and specific account of events and how they violate your legal right, or you're going to get hit with that Rule 12B number 6. And then relief, you got to specify the type of relief you're seeking. You got to include your case law, things like that. More of that is in the opportunity I'll give y'all later. But yeah, so imagine you had the CRA's debt collectors asking you to settle. So this is one of my clients. I helped them, and basically they got one of the CRAs to settle outside of court. They got the item deleted. They didn't want to go further for the money. They were just looking for the deletion. So, they got that deletion. Stay until then if you want me to walk you step by step on how to win your specific case. That's what the opportunity is about. Drop a one in the chat if this is helpful. I need to know how Virginia's feeling, how Missouri's feeling. I need to know. I think we got Maryland in the building, all that. So let me know. Oh, someone missed the slides. Okay, I appreciate you sharing the slides. Yeah, I'm going through these. I need y'all to take screenshots. I appreciate that. Pittsburgh in the building. Shout out to Pittsburgh. We got Cali in the building. We got everybody in the building, huh? We got NYC in the building. How NYC feeling? It's 9 o'clock over there. Let's get it. All right, bet. Let's go. All right, so we've reached number 2. Like I told you, I have over 1,000 videos. If you want to hear me talk about consumer law till 3 a.m., you can go to my YouTube. But, this is just an hour and a half session. Secret number 3, how to collect 100K in 90 days and use it responsibly. Let's get it. All right, so I just want y'all to know, this is somebody that had rushed the process. Someone that rushed the process. They didn't fully listen to what I told them to do. So not to say that 7,100 is not good, but typically we like to get high limit approvals, at least 5 figures, so 10,000 and up. So I need y'all to realize, follow my instructions, you're gonna get the best results. So let's discuss the secret to collecting the bag correctly. So this is somebody that followed instructions. She did very well. She got a 25,000 approval because she followed what I'm gonna tell y'all tonight. She said funding, shout out to Michael Benjamin, my one account. Don't be getting scammed by these scam pages that don't have the same name as me. She said, I finally ran the funding play, 5 more to go. She got 25,000 on one card. She still have 5 more to go. That lets you know that getting this 100K is not as deep as it seems. I got y'all. So funding mindset. You want to have a plan or blow the opportunity. I need y'all to realize that certain banks, they verify your income, whereas certain banks do not verify your income. So it's called stated income when they don't verify. Certain banks pull from specific consumer reported agencies, whereas certain banks pull from all three. The strategy that we're using, we want to target the ones that only pull from one consumer reporting agency so that we can stack our funding. You want to build relationships with these banks before applying. Are you going to get cooked like my client when he only got $7,000? I already did the work for you. And I'll offer you an opportunity at the end to get the answers to the test. You know how when y'all was in school, there's that smart kid, he got all the answers to the test, and you're just like, dang, I can rely on this kid. He got all the answers. I'm that kid tonight, so make sure y'all tap in. Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. So you want to know the terms. What do I mean by that? So when you're looking at these credit cards before you actually go for funding, you got to understand Visa. Visa Infinite is the highest tiered Visa card. What does that mean? The minimum limit you're going to get is $10,000. Knowing the terms will let you gauge how much you can possibly get approved for, right? So if you're doing your research, you see Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to see it says Visa Infinite on it. That means if you get approved, you're getting at least 10 bands off tops. All right, know the terms. Again, Visa Signature means you'll start at a minimum limit of $5,000. It's the second highest tiered Visa card. Second highest tiered Visa card. So Navy Federal Cash Rewards is an example. And you might be like, okay, what should I focus on? So what I recommend a Visa Signature with a focus on credit unions. Why do I recommend that you go for the second tier, not the highest tier? The reason why I recommend you go for the second tier is because it's like the low-hanging fruit. You're decreasing the likelihood of getting that denial. You're still guaranteeing high limits because you're going for credit unions. Because credit unions, if you don't know, they give out the bag. And then you're avoiding high annual fees that typically the Visa Infinite comes with. And then, like I said, you're decreasing the likelihood of getting denied. So go for the low-hanging fruit, but go for credit unions because you're always going to get high limits anyways. Build the relationships. Some banks have their own internal score, like Navy Federal, for example. And what can you do about that? As far as building the relationship, you can initiate any transactions you can. Any transaction. So have money going in. If that's $500, if that's $5,000, if that's $50,000, just have money flowing in and out of that account. Once you create that personal, you want to create the personal checking account and then, build the relationship. Enroll in direct deposit. So I was working a job last year. If you came late, I retired from my job in June of 2022. So prior to that, like when I got my Navy Federal card back in 2021, I basically enrolled in direct deposit to build up that relationship. So if you're working a job, enroll in direct deposit, have your paychecks going over there. And then you can communicate with them that you want to make them your primary bank, right? So that'll definitely be helpful just as far as, sweet talking them. Can I share some secret funding resources I use so that you can easily get the bag? I just want to know if that's okay. Can I share some secret funding resources with you? If it's not okay for me to share with you, then it's not okay. But I just want to know. I just want to know if I can. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if we can get some money. Y'all let me know if we can get some money. Y'all let me know below. I need to hear from everybody. I need to hear from Missouri. I need to hear from Atlanta. I need to see some ones. I need to see all that. Let me know if it's okay if I can share those resources with you. Okay. I'm seeing some participation. I guess it's time. I guess it's time for us to get these bands. We're getting these bands. Let's get it. Okay. We see some ones. Any ones? Anybody want some money tonight? Anyone want some bands? Let's get it. Let's get it. Ones. Okay, cool. Let's get it.
10 bands.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, I got y'all. Let's get it. So, number one resource, bank branch locator. This is perfect for identifying your targets when you want to identify your credit unions and all that you want to go for. Look at it. It says Alabama, 137 banks in 291 cities. When we go for funding for our clients, and I've never been to their area a day in my life, they're always so shocked. Like, how do you know all these banks around me? I go to bank branch locator. Bank branch locator. You can literally go over there. You can see all the banks, local banks, everything. So you identify the banks. So bank branch locator, write that down. I'm going to even give y'all a second one. So the iBankNet is important for knowing your targets. So once you identify your targets through bank branch locator, you're going to go to iBankNet, which is a nosy resource. It lets you know how much the banks are making and how much they're able to lend out. So you're easily able to know, like, okay, if I apply here, they're gonna give me, I have an estimate. They're gonna give me this much amount of money. So I need y'all to use these resources. Hopefully, it's helpful as far as for your funding business if you want to start a funding business, or just for yourself. Drop one in the chat. This has been helpful so far. Drop a one in the chat. This has been helpful so far. I need to know who's ready to get these bands. Let's get it. Drop a one, drop a one, drop a one, Missouri. Drop a one, Alabama. I know we got Alabama in the building, unless they were sleeping. Drop a one, New York City. Drop a one, drop a one, drop a one, drop a one. I saw a question about if you can't get a bank account, you probably gotta just go check your check systems, early warning, that kind of thing. That's a deeper topic, but yeah, that's my solution for that. Drop a one, let's get it. All right, so how does 100K in funding with only 2 hard inquiries sound to you? I just need to know if that's okay with y'all. Is that okay with y'all? 100K plus in funding with only 2 hard inquiries? I want to know if that's okay with y'all. If that's not okay with y'all, we can just go home. But let me know if that's okay with y'all. Is that okay with y'all? Is that okay with Missouri, Alabama, Cali, Chicago? Is that okay with Chicago? Is that okay with Pittsburgh? Is that okay with y'all? That's okay with y'all. Okay, that's okay. Okay, perfect. Let's get it. All right, so going back to the Navy Federal. So she followed instructions. She got the 25,000. So I recommend you go about that. How do we actually get the 25K though? Let's talk about it. There's no guarantee you will get 25K, right? But remember, Navy Federal specifically, credit union, they have their own internal score. What can you do? You can initiate any transactions you can for 60 to 90 days. Be patient. My client that only got $7,000, he just opened an account, went and applied right away. He did it like me when I first did it before I got mentorship. So I need y'all to initiate transactions for at least 30 days, 30 to 90 days. Enroll in direct deposit. And what we've been seeing is that when we apply between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. Eastern time, we tend to get those high limit approvals. So that's how you can go about that. It's one secret. Certain banks or credit unions, they only pull from one consumer reporting agency. Right? So what's our objective? Obviously, we want to get at least 10K hard approval per bureau, per consumer reporting agency. So Experian, 10K, TransUnion, 10K, Equifax, at least 10K. So that's our strategy. So let me just show y'all, for example. We got a lot that we're going through, so I'm just showing y'all just for demonstrations example, but in the opportunity, we're going to give y'all the literal banks that you can go to. So for example, one card, let's say this is a TransUnion, $10,000. Remember, like I said, I will offer you an opportunity at the end to get the answers to the test with specific banks. We're just showing y'all how you can go about it with the mindset all that right now. Does anyone in here have an LLC? I'm just curious. Drop a 1 in the chat, drop a yes in the chat if you have an LLC. If you don't have one, it's fine. I'm just curious. I am just curious. I'm curious. Okay, we got people with LLCs. That's what's up. Okay, assuming you got an LLC, assuming your credit is right, you can go ahead and get you a business auto loan from Bank of America. If you don't know, Bank of America has a program where they let you get up to 4 business auto loans per LLC. So I tested this out when I was doing a Turo car rentals, if you don't know what that is. So basically, I took my LLC. It was almost 2 years of age. I got my approvals. I got 4 business auto loans. And then I tested it out too. Even though I wasn't going to use the next 4, I just tested it out by taking a new LLC. The LLC was like it was like a week old. I still got the same approvals. So what that taught me is it's not really a matter of how long you've been in business with the Bank of America business auto loan. It's more so about how strong your personal credit is. My personal credit was strong and it was used as a personal guarantor. Basically, what that means is I'm coming with my personal credit and saying, hey, this is me, Michael. My business, I'm backing my business. My personal credit is good, but I'm backing my business, assuming all liability. So I need y'all to understand, if you have an LLC, you can get these business auto loans with Bank of America. You can rent these cars out, start a whole car rental business, that kind of thing. So that's what we're using in the example towards our 100K. And this is an example of a client. I helped them get 55K I helped her get 55K for her car, and she put it on Turo, making money, all that. So let's count the totals. So we got the 25,000 from Navy Federal. That's one TransUnion hard inquiry. And we got a $10,000 card per bureau. Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And then we got a 55,000 business auto loan approval. One thing you got to understand about the business auto loan from the Bank of America, the hard inquiry can be removed. The reason why it could be removed is because business is not tied to your personal. So the total that we got is 110,000 or over 100,000 with 2 total hard inquiries. Why is that 2 total hard inquiries? Because each consumer reporting agency is its own entity. So TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, if you have one on each, that's considered one hard inquiry. We got 2 hard inquiries on TransUnion. So that's how you got 2 hard inquiries. The business auto loan inquiry was removed. So keep that in mind. Does everyone believe they can get at least 100K in funding? Once you got that perfect credit score, once you got that consumer laws down, let me know. Do y'all believe y'all can get that? To me, it seems like y'all can get it. Do y'all believe y'all can get it? Does Missouri believe y'all they can get it? Does Chicago believe? Does Pittsburgh believe? Does Cali believe? Let me know who believes they can do it. Let me know who believes they can do it. Let me know who believes they can do it. All right, perfect. I love it. The participation. I love the participation. I love the participation. Are you having a good time tonight so far? Let me know. We're a little bit over an hour in. I just need to know if y'all with me. I just need to know if Missouri with me. I just need to know if Chicago with me. I just need to know if y'all with me. I need to know if Cali with me. I need to know West Coast, East Coast, South. I need to know if y'all with me. Let me know. Missouri, listening at work. Wow, you at work. I appreciate you tapping in. You serious about your education. I love that. Beautiful participation tonight. Beautiful participation. How do we not blow the bag now, though? It's an important part. So most gurus, they don't cover what I'm about to mention. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Let me know. Are y'all ready? So we got the bag. How are we going to get to the next level now, though? I need to see some participation. Are we ready? Y'all been participating all night. I told you I done did this presentation a lot of times. People be coming with the best participation in the world. Y'all probably at like a 8 right now. I needed to get to a 10. You know what I'm saying? I need more participation. Are y'all ready? Okay, since I'm ready, let's get it. All right, so know yourself. Self-awareness is the key to understanding what your next move should be on how to use your funds, right? So you want to identify an income-producing asset or a business you want to start. For example, it could be a credit repair business. It don't even have to be a business. It could be life insurance. You can invest in life insurance. You can invest in real estate. You can invest, I'm trying to get in. You can invest in stock options trading, right? You can do stock options. You could start a funding business. You do marketing expenses. Just whatever is catered to your self-awareness. Because some people get into things and they don't even know themselves or how their behavior patterns are. What if you're like, oh, Michael, I don't know myself? The biggest recommendation I have for you, that's even helped me, take the DISC assessment. It's a personality test. It does not say who you are. It says how you operate. The DISC assessment, right? The DISC assessment doesn't say who you are. It's not the astrology. It's not the Pisces and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it says how you operate so you can get to the next level. It's great for knowing how you operate, like I said. And then if you have no skills, like if you don't know what skills you have, it's good for you to take it. I recommend you take it once you get your bag. So me personally, I invested $3,500 for E.T. Eric Thomas to be my mentor. So I invested $3,500, almost $4,000 for him to be my mentor. And it was well worth the investment because I discovered myself in that mentorship and I found my next destination. Where was that? I was watching a ton of free content about credit. I even hopped on, credit webinars like y'all tonight, and tried to get the bag on my own, and I got average results. I was like my client that got only $7,000 with that Navy Federal approval, but they only gave me $5,000 to start because I didn't invest in my mentorship. I didn't invest in myself to actually get the information. I was just going based off of free information, and with free, you get what you get, free. Then I invested an additional $3,500 into a credit mentorship. I got access to information that made me wish I invested earlier. And then I eventually was able to retire my 6-figure 9-to-5 chemical engineering job. So this is last June of 2022, if you came late. What's my point? Being cheap is expensive. That's number one, right? But that's not my main point. Being cheap is expensive, but mentorship is the key, right? Mentorship is how you avoid blowing the bag. You want to find someone who did what you want to do and invest with them. That's what I did when I got into the credit mentorship. Saw someone They weren't, I wanted to leave my 9-to-5 job. They weren't working a 9-to-5 job. They had information on credit. I said, let me spend money with this person. I was able to retire. So if you need assistance with deleting any item off your credit, if you need help starting a library of digital products, if you need assistance with consumer law mastery, if you're working a 9-to-5 job you want to leave or don't love, I saw a lot of y'all post that. You said y'all relate to that the most. If you're looking to make at least an extra 1 to 2K a month, we can make you more. If you want to start a profitable credit business, if you want to get access to 100K plus in 90 days and more, I can literally be your mentor. With great power comes great responsibility, though. I need y'all to remember that. So if you want to get these invoices, everything we discussed today is useless if you do not have a system. If you don't know what a system is, system stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. System is an acronym. Saving yourself time, energy, and money. Can y'all let me know what this is on the screen? I just want to know if the East Coast awake. I just want to know if the East Coast awake. I just want to know if the East Coast is awake. I just want to know if the East Coast is awake. What is this on the screen? What is this on the screen? What's on my screen? Okay, we got y'all awake. I bet. So it's a sandwich, right? Why did I put a sandwich on the screen? The reason why I put a sandwich on the screen is because I want y'all to understand mentorship is like a sandwich, right? Mentorship is like a sandwich. What do I mean by mentorship is like a sandwich? When I say mentorship is like a sandwich, you are the meat in the middle. Pause. I know we got some New York people in the building, so let me pause myself on that. You're the meat in the middle. You got bread on top. You got bread on the bottom. Bread on top, bread on the bottom. The bread on top is your mentor. The bread on the bottom is your mentee. So you don't want to only get access to the information. You want to have people that you're pulling up with you. So I need y'all to understand that mentorship is like a sandwich. So we've reached our journey, right? We've reached our journey. We've reached our journey, but the journey does not end there. We talked about how to build a perfect credit profile. That's secret number 1. We talked about how to delete negative items using consumer laws. That's secret number 2. We talked about how to collect 100K 90 days responsibly. That's secret number 3. Let me know you learned something by dropping a 1 in the chat. I need to see the most participation I've seen all night. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know y'all learned something. Let me know y'all learned something, man. It's been over an hour. At least, help my ego or something. Even if you ain't learned nothing. If you ain't learned nothing, help my ego. Let's see it. Ones. I need to see some ones. I need to see participation. I need to see all them ones in the chats. All right, let's get it. Perfect. I like that. All right, so I just want to know about y'all test results. I told y'all in the beginning, go make a post on your social media right now and say the following. I've been learning a lot about credit, and I'm looking to help people fix their credit. Comment below or message me for details. If it makes it easier, blame me. Add my mentor made this post. If you came late, you probably didn't see that, but I want y'all to know, did anybody do it? Right? Remember, look, you can get that result. People will be DMing you about credit. Drop a 1 in the chat if you actually did it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you actually did it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you actually did it. Drop a 1 in the chat if you actually did it. I like action takers, right? Y'all know from the beginning, I said I like action takers. I like people that take action. I like people that, are ready to get to the next level. Okay, we got a couple 1s. If you didn't do it, make sure you do it later. That's like the easiest way to get clients. So let's be real though. I gave you exactly what you need to start getting results. We got to be honest. The truth is most people don't need more information. They need transformation. They need a community and a guide to lean on when times get rough. Most people don't need more information. They need transformation. I'm not asking to be a part of your life in terms of, the money that you're going to be making from the information I'm giving you. I'm just asking to transform your life. Is that okay with y'all? Can I transform y'all life? Missouri, is that okay with you? California, is that okay with you? Chicago, can I transform y'all life? Can I transform y'all situation? Chicago, Missouri, Virginia, is that okay with y'all? Can I transform y'all situation? I can transform y'all situation. Okay, that's good. All right, so we want to talk about these invoices, right? We want to talk about these invoices, buying back our time. We want to talk about these invoices. Some people don't want to go to work tomorrow, right? If you want to be in a situation where you're looking forward to work tomorrow because you're helping people delete items off their credit. What's the catch though? I understand the nuances of business and marketing. Credit is power. Shout out to Power if you watch Power. I invested thousands upon thousands of dollars into myself, so you don't have to. The sad reality why most credit businesses or just businesses fail in general You don't have a business if you don't understand how to get new leads consistently, right? This is why I'm offering you an opportunity that will help you acquire consistent leads. One of my mentee, I told y'all about that. He deleted the 9 or 10 collections. He simply did what I said, and he was able to get him 5 to 6 new clients. I need y'all to understand, if you know all these consumer laws, but you don't know how to actually get clients, the person that knows less than you is always going to make more money than you just because they know how to acquire leads. So keep that in mind. I need y'all permission again, right? Y'all gave me permission when I was talking to my mom. I need your permission again. Can I share with you the opportunity I put together so that we can all win? Drop a 1 in the chat if I can do that. Drop a 1 in the chat if I can do that. Drop a 1 in the chat if I can do it. Drop a 1 in the chat if I can do it. Drop a 1. Drop a 1. I'm seeing some ones. I'm seeing some ones. I'm seeing some ones. Okay. Beautiful participation. Let's get it. Let me introduce to you. I know you're enjoying watching the best YouTube channel on the planet, but this video is sponsored by the CAT Credit Retire Your 9-to-5 Mentorship Program. If you're a credit repair business owner, you're tired of feeling stuck, you're tired of doing your credit repair business and doing your 9-to-5, you're tired of just not having those consistent deletions, go ahead and book a call with us and see if we can get you in the mentorship program. Let me let you know, though, it's not a cheap program. You can watch the main video on my channel for a full breakdown, but if you're ready to elevate, you're ready to change your family situation, go ahead and book a call with us and we'll help you get to the next level. Literally right now, go to my IG at Mike O. Benjamin, go to my IG highlights. Look at all the client wins, my students winning left and right. Environment is important. You got to understand that nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you're going to continue doing the same thing that's not working, you're not going to get to the next level. When you're ready, if you got that credit card, pull up on a call. We'll see your current situation and see where you're trying to get to, see if we can provide you with that solution and get you into mentorship. Enjoy the rest of the video.